Sunlight floods the living room as Sam sits beside her father, waiting patiently to ask her daddy something she's wanted to ask for so long now. A concerned look flickers across Bobby's face as he shifts slightly.
Hey, Daddy. I have a serious question to ask you.
Okay, Sam. What is it, sweetie?
The sunlight catches the dust motes dancing, as a heavy silence hangs in the air. Sam leans forward, her expression questioning, as she sits across from Bobby.
Yes, and go on.
Well, you grew up pretty much in the city, then lived in mostly the suburbs and close to the ocean for most of the rest of your life, right?
Pretty much, yes. In the living room, Sam leans forward, her expression earnest as she begins to speak.
Okay, and you've always had a fast-paced job in an even bigger city, in a big high-rise, and you're always wearing a suit and a tie.
Well, they slacked off on the dress code a little bit since then. Sam listens intently, her expression thoughtful as she absorbs Bobby's response. A moment of quiet reflection hangs in the air as Sam processes the information. Sunlight floods the living room, the air thick with floating dust, as Sam sprawls mischievously on the sofa. Across the room, Bobby leans back in his armchair, seemingly relaxed.
Uh-huh. I see you look so casual there now, Daddy.
Bobby leans forward slightly, his expression shifting from ease to curiosity.
Okay, get it. Now, sweetie, where's all this coming from?
Bobby's brow furrows with concern, his gaze intent as he scrutinizes her.
Are you feeling okay? Do you have a fever? You look awful pale. Isn't California called the Sunshine State or something?
You look like you've not seen the sun in decades.
The weight of his words hangs heavy in the air, his concern palpable. Sunlight floods the living room, creating a warm, inviting glow. But something feels off. Sam can sense that now.
No, Daddy. That's Florida that they call the Sunshine State. California they call the... What do they call California?
The room is filled with quiet contemplation as Sam searches for the forgotten words. Bobby sits on the worn sofa, his brow furrowed, a storm of concern brewing within. He gestures urgently, his eyes fixed with earnest intensity.
Maybe it's better if you don't go back Sunday to California. Maybe it's your teeth. Have you got an infection again? We can have your mama call Dr. Silvernail first thing Monday morning. Maybe he can fit you in for an emergency appointment this week.
A silent plea hangs in the air, heavy with unspoken worry. Sam settles comfortably, a picture of serenity as she holds her phone to her ear.
Emergency? Daddy, there's no emergency. I know you want me to stay. It's okay.
Her tone softens, a hint of regret coloring her words.
You know I would if I could, right, Daddy? I just have a lot going on right now. With school and work, you know. I'm sorry, Daddy. I miss you, and Mom and Penny too. Hey, she's supposed to be coming over to see me tonight, right?
Bobby sits on the couch, enveloped in the quiet of the living room. A sudden surge of hope washes over Bobby, his posture shifting with anticipation.
Yeah, she'll be here. You know Penny. You can always depend on a penny to get you out of a bind of any kind if you're behind, 'cause even if it's not worth the dime.
Bobby and Sam sit in the sun-drenched living room, where every mote of dust dances in the golden rays.
The dime you owe at the time, you can always depend on a penny 'cause everything cost a pretty penny today. Yes, I know the saying, Daddy. I've been hearing you say it my whole life now. I use it too.
Oh, that's good. Your sister will love that. But what is this serious question you were gonna ask me, Sam?
Sam is hesitant, wondering if it's gonna be such a big hit after all. Maybe it won't be as funny as she at first thought it would be. But she was serious too, and she really wanted to know the answer. Sam sits across from Bobby in the living room, trying to maintain her composure and not burst out into laughter. Then she'll never get her answer, she feared. So she starts off with some reminiscing.
Okay, so you know how you always took me and Penny to church every Sunday? Unless, well, you know, Plunkerton and all.
Shh, yes, I know, but shh. I still go there sometimes. Your mama hates it. So I usually just tell her I have meetings. I don't like fibbing to her, but she can't stand to even hear the word.
Sunlight fills the cozy room, casting long shadows as Bobby continues. He wonders how this casual conversation may have opened a Pandora's box. He wasn't ready to face the music of that's inside it yet. The room is quiet for a moment, filled with unspoken memories as Sam listens. Bobby sits on the couch, launching into a spirited rant, and starts off with a scoff by saying,
But like I said, your mama can't even stand to even hear the name Plunkerton, let alone be okay with me still spending my time there when she doesn't have anything to do here with you girls gone now. She says they ought to have known better than to name a town something like Plunkerton. I know it sounds like a silly name for a place, but to me it's almost magical. She says they might as well have named it Plunkerton. I don't know, maybe she's right. I don't get to spend enough time with her, and there I am going to Plunkerton instead of being home. Am I wrong, Sam?
Bobby leans back, arms crossed, wondering if his youngest daughter, his little tomboy, will take his side like she usually does. Remembering her as a small girl grabbing onto his neck and not letting go, Sam wonders what she was thinking with this question already, and she hasn't even asked it yet. I didn't know this was an issue for them still. The air seems thick, as if filled with unspoken conflict.
And what do you say to Mama when she says that to you about how it should be called Plunkerton?
Well, I kindly remind her that the town was named after a very important and dear friend of mine's family, the Plunkertons.
The weight of their words hangs in the air, amplifying the unspoken history between them. Bobby's attempt at justification does little to make it not so funny of a last name and of a town name, though. And his fibbing to the young lady's mama about his whereabouts some weekends as there. Bobby's guilt, now for having disappointed his daughter now on top of not just being truthful about Plunkerton. It's not as if he is doing anything wrong per se, but it's wrong to keep anything from her. Bathed in the sun's glow, Sam leans forward, anticipation etched on her face. Waiting, hoping to hear more about Plunkerton as she's always wanted. She stays silent, waiting for her father to speak first.
Well then, enough about Plunkerton. Why don't you go on with your question? At least, I think question.
Okay. Well, I guess you could say you and we've lived pretty normal, tame suburban lives. Well, pretty mild at least, and almost semi-normal lives, right?
Yes, that's fairly accurate yet again. But keep going, Sam. This is getting kind of long and I'm getting tired. It's almost time for your dad's halftime dreamy time show for today.
The warm light of the afternoon sun casts long shadows across the room, accentuating the tension between them. And Sam knows how unhappy her father will be if he doesn't get his nap in for the day. Sam awaits Bobby's response, the silence amplifying the weight of their shared history. In the living room, Sam leans forward, curiosity and exasperation battling on her face.
Okay. So with all that being said, I gotta ask you this one thing before you go to bed. Daddy, how did you ever get us so... HillBilly? Dade? How did your neck get so red? Dade? How did you ever become HillBilly Bobby? HillBilly Bobby, the banjo-playing, honky-tonk southern-born and southern-bred.
Bobby had never thought about that before. The questions caught him off guard. But why was he mad? He loves that nickname. He wondered why it bothered him for Sam to be asking this.
I thought you had one question to ask, and one serious one at that. And the answer is, I don't know.
Maybe it's all the times you went to visit your hillbilly friends in Plunkerton, and still do.
Bobby looks toward the door, as if waiting for her to rush in and be angry with him. But she doesn't. She isn't angry with him. She's hurt because he's such a good husband and father. So why fib? Mom tells Bobby she knows he still goes to Plunkerton, and that she wants him to, but it hurts. She doesn't get to be a part of such an important part of his life. And maybe that's how the girls feel too. I don't understand why he can't let us be a part of that side of his life. How did he get so hillbilly after all? She wonders. Bobby feels alone and isolated in his thoughts, like an outcast now. Sister Penny shows up ready to make her debut like her and Sam had all planned out for her to chime in with the time he spent in Plunkerton, with an emphasis on the words, on the weekends. Penny responds with a sharp defensiveness. Or maybe it's all the Bluegrass festivals he went to with Cliff. The room seems to shrink, the unspoken hurts amplifying in the silence that follows. Sometimes it's the simple things we do or don't say to one another that hurts us the most. The remnants of the conversation linger like a fog. Seems crazy, Penny says. You two are the happiest couple I know. There has to be a way for me and Sam to make this right. The cozy living room now feels like a battleground, the warmth replaced by a chilling distance. Then suddenly Penny's face reveals a blend of frustration and worry, her gestures suggesting an intense conversation. She starts to speak, but she can't, her eyes focusing on someone out of view, beginning a heartfelt monologue. So she stands with her hands, stopped halfway in the air, as is frozen in place. It's Sam.
Well, you did used to tell me and Mom and Penny that your Plunkerton hillbilly friends were some of the best people and best friends you've ever had. And you told us that not counting the times you've had with us, most of all the good times you've had in your life.
In the gentle light of the living room, Bobby picks up his banjo, a nostalgic gleam in his eye. His fingers dance across the strings, weaving a slow, melancholic tune that fills the room. Lost in thought, Bobby gazes out the window. The sunlight, illuminating the dust motes swirling around him. Then, a quiet whisper escapes his lips, a poignant memory surfacing as he speaks the words,
We're spent. With them.
In a moment of tender connection, Sam gently offers comfort, her touch a silent reassurance. Penny embraces Sam, her eyes conveying a deep affection for Bobby. Then Mama comes in, her presence radiating warmth as she settles beside Bobby. Bobby's fingers dance across the banjo, the music filling the room with renewed energy. The room fills with music and laughter as Bobby continues to strum the banjo. Penny, though, struggles with the gravity of her own and unasked questions, her gaze fixed intently on her father. The faint hum of the lamp underscores the heavy silence as Penny prepares to confront her father with a barrage of deeply personal questions. Her voice rings with genuine bewilderment as she begins,
But Daddy, I actually do have a very serious question to ask you. How did you get so hillbilly? How did your neck get so red? How did you ever become Hillbilly Bobby?
In the cozy living room, a burst of playful energy erupts as the two sisters playfully poke and tickle Bobby.
Moments later.
Bobby snaps out of his reverie, jolted back to the present by the sisters' affectionate assault. Bobby chuckles. He begins to quote, Well, like the saying goes, Southern born, Southern bred. He continues, Southern raised and saw.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Warmth of family envelops the room as the girls playfully silence Bobby. A chorus erupts as they chant together, Sunburn red, Southern born, Southern bred, Southern raised and sunburn red. Amidst laughter, the sisters' hands join in a celebration victory dance. The room pulses with familial affection. The living room pulsates with unrestrained laughter, joyful giggles filling every corner. Fast-paced, honky-tonk banjo music amplifies the joyful, chaotic atmosphere. The room echoes with the sounds of unrestrained joy and musical chaos. The joyful chaos fills the air, a symphony of laughter and music. In the sun-drenched heart of Plunkerton, a young Bobby strums his banjo on a weathered porch.
Hillbilly Bobby.
Cliff and other musicians
Good
surround
old
him,
Cliff.
their laughter echoing through the small town. The air crackles with joy as they share music and camaraderie. Each note a celebration, their youthful spirits soar amidst the familiar comforts of home. The porch transforms into a stage where music weaves tales of friendship, simpler times as they all visit Plunkerton now on the weekends as a family, and Sam decided California wasn't for her anymore.
Oh, you'll forever be Hillbilly Bobby, Hillbilly Bobby. The banjo picking honky tonk, Southern born and Southern